Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. So a long field ahead for the Falcon offense as they head out. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Ready.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Throwing is Hurts. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he goes down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Here's Johnny Hekker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Open man is Michael Irvin, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Sutton. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that? Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Jackson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
He sounded almost disappointed there. You want to call the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
And Davis gets in for a Denver touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Hurts throw complete there to Moore. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across.
That's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on second and long. Jackson. Throw left side is complete to Irvin. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. Jackson on first down. He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And he returns this to the 22. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. He will have the conversion and more than that. Inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Rob Gronkowski, 71 yards. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it is 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson. He's got Michael Irvin complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Now Jackson. Looking for Gronkowski. Out route. He's got him. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Terrell Davis touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
Hurts.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And taken right at the 35. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle to Davis. They find some open field here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Hurts throw here into the hands of Moore.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. look to throw here. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. They begin with a run by Davis. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 152 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. That's caught by Irvin. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. And like that, the offense was there.